Alright, we're going to be learning finger picking style today. And you're just going to use the fingers of your right hand on individual strings. It's kind of like playing the piano on guitar is really what it is. But it's just another technique for playing, and it really comes in handy. And it's really not that hard once you get used to it. So what we're going to do, let's just finger the easiest chord that we can think of, the E minor. Okay, so let's come down here and get the E minor chord here, open string chord. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my thumb, a pointer, middle, and ring finger, but not the pinky yet of my right hand, because most of the time you'll just be picking 4 strings, and you'll have a group of 4 strings you'll use. So if I'm fingering the E minor here, actually, you don't even need to finger the E minor. Let's just not even, because if we don't use those 2 strings, we're fine. If we just use the E string, the low E, and then the G string, and then the B, and then the E, we have a chord. Did you know that? A chord already, if we leave out the A and the D string. So let's just leave out the A and the D. Alright? So we've got that chord there, E minor chord. What I'm going to do is put my thumb on the low E. You want your thumb on the bass note, the lowest one. And then I'm going to put my pointer finger on the G string, and then my middle finger is going to go on the B string, and then my ring finger will be on the high E. Now, you want to have each finger on its own string and leave them there. Don't change them. Don't try to move a finger over and do all these top notes with one finger like that. Each finger should have its own string and leave it there. And I just want you to go up first. So just, let me get in a place where you can see this better. Down here. Okay, so I'm just going to start with my thumb. And then I'll do the G string with this finger. And then the B string with my middle finger. And then the high E with my ring finger. Like that. Alright, so if I start it, and if I go from bottom to top, I have like that. I'm just doing this. And I'm using all 4 fingers there. Now, come back down. Go up. Now, yes, that sounds like a well-known song. I know that, so we all know that. I've heard that song, but so just go up and back down. And the purpose of that is to really get used to the feeling of each finger having its own string and leaving it there. Don't do this. Leave each finger on its string. Some people grow their fingernails out on their right hand for finger picking, but it's totally fine to use just your fingertips. And you're really kind of hooking your finger a little bit in between and kind of grabbing the strings like that, and then so over and over. E minor, okay? Now let's try a different chord. Let's try a C chord. Now, in your mind, I want you to be thinking, what's a C chord? We have several ways we can do it. We can do it this way, the open string chord. Or we can do an A form. Here's a C note. So, A major form. We could also do it on the low E. We could do it up here. And do a C chord that way. Okay? But just for our purposes, let's just do it this way with the A minor form. The A form, A major form. So we're on the 3rd fret. We have this barring the D, G, B on 7s. And I'm just going to take my right hand and I'm going to use the 4 middle strings now. Okay? I'm not going to use the low E or the high E because each finger has its own string for this. So, back where you can see that. Okay, so we can go from E minor to C. Back to E minor. And then we could actually go to a D chord. So slide to fret 5 here. Okay, you can try different chords out that way, but that's what finger picking is about. And there's different patterns you can do for the finger picking. That's just the first one that I come up with. You can actually do. Let me show you a different one here. We're going to start with a C chord, so we're on the 3rd fret, A major form, bar chord, and then with my right hand, I'm just going to, I'm still on those 4 strings. I'm going to do the bass note with my thumb, and then I'm going to do the other 3 all at one time, like that. So I'm going to go. Oops, sorry. So I'm going bass note, other 3, and then I'm muting. How do I mute? I let the pressure up on my left hand and it stops the strings. And then I'm going to go up to a D chord here. So fret 5, 7, 7, 7 on the D, G, B. Okay, and then I can go up to the E chord here, or I can do an E minor and do it this way. You actually don't even have to have the bar since we're only using those strings. Okay, and you can also, of course, finger pick with the open string chords. Here's a C chord. And the D chord. The best I can here with the finger picking up on the neck here so you can see. It's a lot easier down by the bridge. But anyway, that's just something to get you started with your finger picking, and it's just another style of playing that comes in very handy. So that's finger picking.